Welcome to Zombie Army 4. I'm going to be playing it today. My name is Jeremy, and we're going to be starting from the beginning, although we won't be able to start completely fresh because I've already been playing the game and gone through many of the levels. So I already have weapons that will be upgraded with maxed out upgrades, essentially. And there's no real way to reset this except to prestige, and you have to be level 100 to do that. I'm obviously not level 100. So these guns are, in this case, fully maxed out. With flame mods. Incendiary mod, basically the gun recharges, and after it recharges, the next shot will release an explosive or incendiary blast, which will light all the zombies around the shot on fire. I also have reload anytime, so I can reload the gun anytime I want. Otherwise, you have to wait until you've fully emptied the clip before you can reload. And then the vampire scope, which returns health on critical hits. So you'll know you hit something critically when basically their upper half explodes. So then for my secondary weapon, I will be taking the shotgun, M30 drilling, and I will be taking the sawed-off perk, which reduces recoil, increases reload speed, so you reload faster. For a gun that's only got 3 rounds, that's actually really good, but it increases the spread, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, because that means you can hit multiple targets when you're firing. The other thing I'll be taking is the Flaming Bayonet. When fully heated, the next melee will ignite the enemies. That's less useful. I don't particularly, the only reason I'm taking it is because I don't like the other one, which causes you to fire all 3 shots in a single trigger pull, and that's way overkill for zombies. And then the last one I'm taking is greatly increases the number of pellets per shell, and that's basically a damage increase. You can also do slug damage, which is a single shot. It's actually pretty good, especially against heavies, because if you just sit there and aim at their head, and all that damage is applied to that one spot, instead of kind of being spread over the head and upper torso area with the spray. But we're not going to actually run into any heavies in the first level, so this will be more than sufficient. And then the last thing is the pistol. We'll be taking the Webley. I actually have the 1911 fully maxed out, but I have it fully maxed out, though. There's no reason to take it, other than once I've finished maxing out everything else. And the Webley is a decent enough pistol. It's the highest amount of damage, but the lowest clip size. This gun can actually be upgraded to be fully automatic, but I think that's kind of pointless in a game like this, because you want to get headshots against zombies, because otherwise they can sit there and revive. So we'll go with the Webley. For melee, we can go with the Electric Fist. I like the Electric Fist because it can multiple enemies in front of you. Electric parts streak out towards the other zombies and knocks them down. When they get punched up around you. And then for perks, we're going to go with Enhanced Vigor. This is increases your health. Sniper Focus, basically Empty Lung, like the other Sniper Elite games. Basically, it's bullet time for your sniper rifle. And then Brainbuster increases the total number of targets you can hit with your pistol special effect. And then the Weapon Focus Expert, this is for the secondary one, is essentially bullet time for your secondary weapon. And then Hardened, which greatly reduces your melee damage, or the amount of damage you take from melee. So, and then I'm using the character Shola, and she is Weapon Focus requires fewer kills to charge up. So for secondary weapons, it takes less damage, or less kills to fully charge it to start using that special effect. Increases trap or damage radius, so explosives and things like that, like landmines, do have a larger radius, but she takes more damage from being shot. But I've found that to be less of a problem because zombies typically, even if they do shoot at you, have very bad aim. So that's it, and we'll get started.
The Nazi war machine was on its last legs, hammered on all sides by Allied forces. After so much sacrifice, so much horror, it seemed the world would wake at last from its nightmare. Instead, Hitler woke the dead. The Allies didn't stand a chance. Hitler's trolls were tireless, numberless, merciless. They came from everywhere. Nowhere was safe. But we formed a resistance, and we fought on despite the odds. The Dead War, we called it. After months of brutal losses, a volunteer squad turned the tide. They cast Hitler into another world, cutting the head from the snake. And yet still the war rages. Even with no leader and no purpose, the dead roam the earth in swarms 1,000,000 strong. And us? Well, we're taking the world back, one bullet at a time.
Picked up some video cues from Borderlands there. Yeah, that's something you never see in shows and games like this where somebody elbows a door shut. You never see them sit there and go, "Ah, my funny bone!" So anyway, this is the tutorial level. An interesting thing about this tank here, this is an easy 8. You can tell because of the much more sloped armor on the front, less bulgy. Just an interesting little thing here, and here's our zombies. Also, the scope, the reason everything is red, that's the vampire scope effect. It's essentially a night vision scope. Some of the early night vision scopes. So, let's go ahead and show you the special melee effect. In this case, this would be my Power Fist, or Electric Fist as they call it. And as you can see, that's essentially what it does. And I killed multiple zombies in that. And then there's the fire effect from the gun. And here's the fire effect from the shotgun. So, oh, and then the explosive effect from the pistol. So, but those take time to recharge. And you'll also see on the right-hand side of the screen there, where I am getting a number 13 at this point. That is my point multiplier. Basically, the higher my multiplier, the more points I get in a particular mission. And if I miss, that little bar under the number goes down until it runs out, and then I gain whatever points was from that. Oh, and that guy's, talking to me and whatnot. Wait, where is he? Oh, there he is. That guy's talking to me. So, let's see here. We've got zombies, and I will show you the empty lung, essentially, the bullet time. It also tells you where your bullet drop is. And we just pop, pop, pop. And this also uses your stamina. That's the blue bar above your red health bar there. So, but it's easy enough to just sit there and do that, where you're basically just using it to slow the zombies down and give you a targeting reticule to mark the enemies with. And we've now charged our overkill, and essentially the overkill, when you go to fire it, is just like that, a cannon shot essentially, where it just explodes the body and any zombies around it also get exploded along the way. It doesn't necessarily kill them all, but it will certainly knock them all down. And that seems to be all the zombies in the area here. Oh, there's one. Yes, yes, we are coming. Hold your horses. Welcome to the Resistance camp. And I'm not sure why they're called the Resistance. I mean, they're resisting the dead, but it's... why not just call them an army or something? And they're studying their enemies, apparently. Here's what the shotgun does up close. Splort. Okay. Yeah. And there are weapons that lay down, but none of the weapons are any different from the weapons that you can find on the... when you go to change your weapons around. So, let's see here. And there are little things around here that you can find, like targeting dummies and stuff. None of this actually does anything other than seems to be sort of a feelings kind of thing. Like this, I am the doll maker, and there's all these creepy little dolls all over the place. You'll actually find them throughout the game. I'm not sure what that has to do with anything other than there's a creepy person running around saying I am the doll maker and putting creepy dolls in places. And you can talk to these people. At least I should be able to talk to them. Maybe not him, but some of the other resistance fighters around here you can talk to, but they don't say much. Yeah, like this.
We're getting out of here. You know what that means? No more cleanup duty.
Ah, medkit. Medkits you can only carry one, kind of like Left 4 Dead. They'll fully heal you. You actually heal yourself pretty quickly too. You can also use them to heal other people in the co-op game, just like in Fallout or in Left 4 Dead.
What took you so long, huh?
Say hello to Bruno.
Have to leave without you.
You worry too much, Bruno. How come we're leaving anyway?
Orders came this morning. Milan's not safe anymore, so we're pulling out. Or we were until the damned radios went down. Think you could help? Go upstairs and take over from Jack. Then we'll get you to your train.
Anything for you, Bruno.
Alright, and there are other little funny things like this. There's no room left in hell. And other creepy things like that. You can actually hit that thing multiple times and it says something different every time. They're here! Another thing that you can find around here is these little rats. You can actually kill them and gives you points. But I don't know if there's any kind of like bonuses for killing all the rats in a level or kind of thing.
You see the radio mast. Damn husks are all over it. They just won't stay still. Maybe you could clear them out, eh?
What are they doing there? Stupid things. Sure. I'll handle it.
Let's see whenever you're ready. Just aim and squeeze, mon ami.
I also like how it says they move around so much. It's like, move around. Really. I mean, they are moving,
Mon ami, you said something
but
about
let's see here.
helping me with my Usk problem?
And they still do have this effect from the Sniper Elite games. Sometimes too much. I'm not sure how that was an eye shot when I shot him in the side of the head. But, you know, that's how this game works sometimes. Especially since the eye on the other side of his head is what exploded too. Whoops. So the point basically is to keep your multiplier up. And to do that, you basically have to just keep killing zombies. Now in co-op, I'm pretty sure that the empty lung will not slow down time, obviously, since that would be impossible based on the laws of physics. As you can see there, the overkill shot knocked the other zombie down, but didn't necessarily kill them. But that shot did. And that's basically what you do in this first level, is just kind of a tutorial level where you can sit there and play. And I fired too many times and missed, and lost my multiplier. Dagnabbit. So... we're just going to take out as many of the zombies we have left here to get our multiplier back up. And bullets will ricochet, so that is something to keep in mind, is you can actually shoot at targets that you... oh, there's one. Can't necessarily hit conveniently. Oh, didn't mean to use this. Oh well. We'll take out the zombies on the tower finally.
Look out, Usks! Captain Headshot is here.
And that is something that I've totally forgotten about, but there is a secondary dismember 20 zombies, so I need to dismember 7 more zombies, and dismembering is basically killing them via leg or head or arm shots, essentially.
Testing. Ah, thank the heavens it works.
And
Now that's done, report to medical
so let's see, I've got 15.
Then we'll see about getting you to your train.
What we need to do is find some more zombies. Yeah. Death by dismemberment. Oh, there's one. Oh, dang it. Wonder if that'll get him. Kind of doubt it. Oh, wow. I guess it did. And we got the challenge completed. So, that's pretty much gonna be it for the zombies in this area. There's only a certain amount of them running around out there. So, we will go ahead, and also, there's a collectible in this area. It's a zombie hand that will run back and forth in this generalized area. And you basically just have to shoot it. zombie hands are collectibles, as I said, that run around. Another area for collectibles is right here. You don't really see this, kind of just looks like a background until you zoom in and then it starts flashing. And in this area will be some more collectibles. I believe there's a upgrade kit in this area and like a notebook or something in this area. And if you want to see creepy dolls, don't look behind you, because there's creepy dolls. And thanks to my explosive shot, I got all of them in one hit. And other creepy animals. That was probably overkill. So anyway, we will head to the safe room. You know, typical zombie safe room, strong door. And once we go through, that's the end of the chapter. Chapter complete. And we got this was not my highest score, but we also completed the challenge, which gave us some experience, as well as a rank up. And that is going to be the end of our first episode here. I will be breaking these up based on the episodes of the game, and we will see you in the next episode.